What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in and talk about the Destiny content vault in year 5. And of course, going back a few weeks, Bungie have spoken about some of the Destiny content vault changes coming alongside the Witch Queen, especially major things like the Tangled Shore being removed. But since then, they have updated their articles about the content vault with more specifics about which content is going to be effective for year 5. And so we're going to break down the official list of changes here in the video, which also give us a couple of interesting insights about some of the content. But firstly, I've got to give a quick shout out to Spawnling on Destiny the Game Reddit for posting about these articles. It may be the case that they've been around for a little while, but there do seem to be more details there now, and I'll link them down below. There's some pretty good info in there, so I hope you guys find the video useful. And initially, if you don't really know too much about the Destiny content vault, they do break it down in the article. And they say each year, older destination and activity content will be cycled out of the game and into the Destiny content vault to make room for new experiences for players. And the content vault will contain all destinations and activities from both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, with the potential for vaulted content to return to the game in future. And that's the basic idea of it. Of course, we have seen content vaulted in previous expansions now. And so for year 5, alongside Witch Queen, and for destinations, of course, the Tangled Shore is going to be removed, and they say that includes all locations, lost sectors, as well as the Glycon and strikes, except for the Warden of Nothing strike, which will be added to the Legends area in the Director. And so everything related to Tangled Shore, with the exception of Warden of Nothing, is going to be removed. Bear in mind that will affect certain rewards, some of which we'll speak about in a moment, but also it's a safe bet that the general weapon pool for Tangled Shore and other unique items aren't going to be able to drop anymore. Some interesting changes that they mention for destinations though include the removal of the Helm wings for the Elixni and the Awoken, and that will also include the Last City Elixni Quarter and Morosov's Chambers. All of those areas will also be removed in year 5, but they do specify that it will be those particular wings, and so we can assume that the helm itself is still going to be a thing, but for year 5 they'll expand it and use it in slightly different ways. Just bear in mind those additional kind of narrative spaces, the Elixni Quarter and Morosov's Chambers from Season of the Lost, are also going to go into the vault. And then for campaigns and seasonal narratives, the Forsaken campaign will be vaulted, as well as the seasonal narratives for Season of the Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, and Season of the Lost. And so all of the seasonal stuff from the past year, and particularly the narrative content, will no longer be accessible. And with the removal of that seasonal content, as well as destinations, for activities, Baron hunts will no longer be available, but also Tangled Shore public events and lost sectors, Wrathborn hunts, the various override offensives from the seasonal activity, and those include Europa, the Moon, Tangled Shore, and Last City. Then for some of the exotic content, the Harbinger mission will no longer be available, and Hawkmoon will become available in the Tower's Monument to Lost Light's exotic archive at a later date. Presage will also be taken out of the game, of course alongside Glycon, and Dead Man's Tale will become available at the Tower's Monument at a later date as well. So just bear in mind that for both of those weapons, it's possible that there could be a delay before they're added to that archive. We'll just have to wait and see. But then all of the Expunge missions, as well as the Astral Alignment Offensive, so the entire 6-player activity and all variants of it, and then the Shattered Realm, will all be taken out of the game. And they point out that the Vanguard Strike playlist will be replaced by the Vanguard Operations playlist, where they're going to keep the Battlegrounds activity, which is an interesting one, as well as essentially the current Strikes playlists. And then they list a bunch of exotic quest stuff. So they say the following exotic quests will no longer be available to complete, and all quests still in progress will be removed from players' inventories. So if you've got a half-finished quest and you want to get it done, bear in mind it's going to disappear on February 22nd. They also say that weapons earned from these quests may continue to be earnable in-game by different means. But of course, we're not going to get specifics for all of those. And so those quests will include Wish Ender, but also the Holiday Family History quest for the Chaperone, the As the Crow Flies quest for Hawkmoon, the Voice on the Other Side for Dead Man's Tale, and then the Path of the Splicer quest for the Forbidden Memory ship, Tracing the Stars quests for the Aegis Scepter, and the Wayfinder's Voyage quest, which dropped the Eternal Recurrence Sparrow. Here Bungie clarify for activity rewards that Hawkmoon and Dead Man's Tale won't be available to acquire at the start of year 5, and players will need to complete the associated activities to earn these weapons prior to February 22nd. And so there will be a gap before some of these items will be earnable again via different means. And once again, that'll include Harbinger and the Hawkmoon, the Coup de Grace mission and the 4th Mark ship, the Presage mission and the Dead Man's Tale, as well as the Shell of Gilgamesh from Presage, and the 4th Mark ship from the Coup de Grace mission. It will also include completion drops, so from Wanted Bounty completions, Lord of Wolves, and then reaching rank 21 at the war table for the High Gravitas ship. plus some specific Triumph rewards, once again, the Shell of Gilgamesh, and that's from the All the Scattered Pieces Triumph, the Zero Nero Shell from the Unpredictable Triumph, and the Reefborn Warbird Ship from the Devotee's Remnant Triumph. Again, Bungie have specified that some of these items will have different acquisition sources, such as Hawkmoon and Deadman's Tail, but that won't necessarily include all of the cosmetic items, and again there will be a delay after February 22nd before some of those items are given new drop sources. So if you want any of the drops we've just mentioned, definitely work to pick them up before the 22nd of February. Then in terms of strikes being taken out of the game, Broodhold on the Tangled Shore will go away, as well as the Hollowed Lair on Tangled Shore. So those won't be coming up in the rotation anymore, and the following vendors will also be removed from the game. Just bear in mind that some of them appear multiple times, so the Spider is going to be taken out of the game, and the currency exchange will move to Master Raoul. Plus the Tangled Shore variants of Petrovenge and the Crow will go away. But interestingly, the Umbral Decoder and Prismatic Recasters from the Helm will no longer be accessible, and then the Splicer Servitor, the Wayfinder's Compass, and Marasov in Marasov's Chambers will naturally no longer be accessible as those wings will be taken out of Helm. So it looks like Bungie are also going to do some kind of rework around Umbral Engrams. Could be that we get a new system, or it could be that they take that system away for a short time, or completely revamp it. But at least we have the confirmation of which specific items aren't going to be available any longer. And so give us any thoughts you have down below. There is also a list of items being deprecated at the start of Year 5, and it's going to drone on a bit, but all bounties, missions, and quests from the Tangled Shore, the Forsaken Campaign, Season of the Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, and Lost will be removed. Plus all ritual and pinnacle weapon quests and ornaments. But they say that that gear will become available in the Monuments to Lost Lights exotic archive. But also to be removed will be the Bell of Conquests, Cabal Gold, Cabal Runes, Challenger Medallions, and then Corrupted Data, Corrupted Key Codes, the Cryptolith Lure, Decrypted Data, the 3 Dreaming City tokens associated with the Wish Ender quest, of course Etheric Spiral and Ghost Fragments, collectibles from the destinations, and then the Hammer of Proving, the Imperial Access Code, Intercepted Distress Signal, and all of the items associated with the Cryptolith Lure, Splicer Gauntlet, and of course Spider's Wanted Bounties. But once again, if you want to look in finer detail at the specific lists, I will link the articles associated with them down below. Very curious to see what they're going to do with Helm, as the way they've worded things looks like it's going to get some kind of overhaul. But once again, give us any thoughts you have down below, guys. I know there are plenty of opinions about content vaulting in general as well. So sound off in the comments section, but if you've enjoyed the video today, a like rating down below really does help us out. Also be sure to get subscribed to the channel, as we'll have lots of Witch Queen and Destiny content to talk about in the coming weeks. But otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.